All right, this lesson is going to be the guitar solos, David Gilmour's guitar solos from Pink Floyd's Shine On You Crazy Diamond. So the first solo happens at 1 minute 54 into the song, and it's going to be up here in the 18th fret. I'll do the first little part and then show you how to do it. So it's going to be... So let's look at that much. So we got the 18th fret of the second string. We're going to bend it up, vibrato, and then regular note in the 18, back up. So it's like, and you kind of go down to the normal note, and then you go all the way back up to the bent note and hit it there. So that one's going to go 17 on the D, 15, 17 on the G. So same kind of thing, you got your bend up, then you got your regular note back to bent up. So. And then we're going to have a downwards bend. And that's where the chord changes. So the main chords of this is G minor, and then that first change that just happened there, that would be a D minor. The other chords are C minor, back to G minor, and then later you'll have like a D minor to C minor, back to D minor, C minor, actually back to D minor, and then G minor. So those are the underlying chords if you want to know. So once again we got... And then we're going to go down. And then we're going to have. So that was 10, 11, 10 on the B string. And that's 12 on the G, back to 10th fret of the B string. And then 10, 10, 12, 10. That's on the G and D strings there. So. Wait a second and then go. So you do a bend on the 12, like a whole step bend, normal bend, and then an extra half a step, 1.5 step. And then we're going to go down on this one. So it's going to be. And then one more of these. 10, 12, 12. Then we're going to come up to the 17 on the G string. So we bent the 17 up, hit the 18 on the second string, and then bent it. Then we're going to bend that again. And then we hit the 15 and the 18 on the bottom string. So these new things are... So we're going to bend that 18 on the little string up and down. Little half step bend on that 17. And then 12 on the D to 10 and 12 on the G. So let's look at everything we got so far. We got... Ten, 11 thing. And then up to the 17. You can kind of slide that one down. Half step on that third string, 17 to 15, and then 12, 10, 12. Then we're going to have... So that's going to be a 1.5 step bend on the G string 12th fret. Then we hit that 11, which is the same note when you bend that up. And we bend that one up again and down. 10, 12. You might pick both of those. So. And then we're on 17 here in the G. We're going downwards bend. And then we're going to bend that 17. and to the 18 on the second. And then we're going to take that 18. So we bend it up, hit the little 15, and bend it again. Then we're going to bend this again, pull it off to the 15, bend that 17 up on the G, and then downwards bend. That time we're going to hit that one twice. Fourth string, we got a hammer on, 15 to 17, to the 15 there, and then we go downwards bend. That's going to be the 15 on the second string. 17 downwards, and then bend, 18, and then now we're going to bend the 17. So that time we bent it, hit the 18 below it, bent it again. Then we're going to go, that's that 18 on the second bend again. Little 15. We got that 18 on the bottom. 15 on the second string. We went 18 to 20 and bent the 20, and then we got bending the 18. 17, 18, 15. So let's look at that whole solo we got. And that 10, 11 thing. Up to 17. Then we got this big bend. Downwards on the 17. Up to the 18. Hammer. Okay, so that's the first solo from Shine On You Crazy Diamond. So let's take a look at the second solo. Okay, so that'll get us going. So the first thing is we got this 8th fret of the small string, bend it. 6, 8, 8. So 6, 8, 8. So we got 3 on the second to 3 on the first. 6 on the second. Bend the 5 on the G string. Take it down and pull it off. Dee-da-doom. 5, 3, 5 there. So we got. And then we're jumping way up here. We've got first finger on the 15th fret. We're going to take this 18 on the small one and pull it off. So we pull it off and then go to the second string, 15th fret. Down to the 18 on the small one. And that's a half step bend up on the 17, back to 17. And then we got 18, 15, 18. Bend that one. And then we're going to go downwards to the 18 there. Then we're going to go. So that was 2 of those pull-offs. And then bend that 18. And then downwards, pull off to the 15. So that was little 18 and bending the second 18. I put a different finger in there for that one. So this whole thing would be. Now we're gonna have this 15th fret of the G. So that's a 1 step down and up to a 2 step. And then we got 12 in the G, 11 and back. And then we got this descending riff. So that's G string, quick slide, 6 to 5, to the 3, to the 5 here on the D string, and then that's 4, 3, 1 on the A, slide into that 5. So you got, and then slide back into that. That was 3, 3 on the G to D to the 5 right there. So we got. Then you go bop, hit that 3 there in the G string. Now we're sliding in G string into the 7, and then little string 6, 6, 8 on the second. And then we go. So that's a little half step on the 10th fret, pulling off to the 8, 10 on the G, 8, slide into the 11 at the end. And then we're gonna have, so we do an 11 right there on the second string, and then we do a bend up and down and up again. And then we're gonna bend it extra. So we're gonna bend that 13 up, a step and a half a few times. To the 11 of the G string, we're gonna go. So that's hammer on, pull off, 11 to 12. Slide down to 9 and back to 11. And then we're gonna go. So this is gonna be the 18 on the second with the 15 down here. We're bending the 18 away from that. Then hit the 15. And then do that bend thing again, but pull off to the 15, so. And we're gonna do the bend again, hit the 15 again, so. So that's like a little 17, half step, and back, bend the 18, and then. So that was a downward, back to the 18, bend the 17, and you have that kind of at the end there. So we got. Then we're gonna go. So that was D string 5, 3, 5 on the G. Step and a half on that one, so we got 3 to 5, regular bend there on the 5, and then so bend the 5 regular again, 3, 6 on the B, extra. So when you do that extra one again, downwards, 3, 5, 3 on the second string. So that whole solo we got. And then that descending thing. Little half step. To that 11. That little riff there, and you got. Let me go low. Okay, so that was the second solo from Shine On You Crazy Diamond by David Gilmour. Okay, here's the third solo by David Gilmour from Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Pink Floyd. So we're gonna have kind of peps up a little bit before this solo. So let's look at those first licks. So we're gonna have 15 and 15. We're gonna bend that. We've been bending that 18 a whole lot on this one, right? Second string, 18th fret. So we got 15, 15, and then 18 bend. hit that little 15, pull off there, back to the bend. So you got, then we're going down low. So we've had that riff before in different solos. So 3, 3, 6, bend the 5, and then downwards, 5, 3, 5. We're gonna do this 15, 1, and then 2-step bends again. So that was that same kind of slide into the 12, use the 11 on the second string and back. Then we're gonna go 18 up here to the 18 below it. Then we're gonna wait a while and we go. So that was a slide on the D string, ring finger, 10 to 12. 11 to 10 pull off on the B to the 12th fret of the G. So let's take that solo again. Then we kind of wait and do that riff down here. So we have a quick hammer here in the D string, down to the G string, 15. So a downwards bend, and then a pull off. Dun, 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 dun. So we have a couple of staccato notes. So that part is. And then we got. So we got the 2 3s down here to the 6 on the second string, bend up and down to the 5 on the G, kind of bend that 3 there up and down, and then you got 3 5 3. So the end of that was like 5 5 on the G to D, 3 to 2 on the G, and then 3 3 on the D, 3 on the A, up to the 5 on the A. So we got. And then we're going back to the sliding into that one. 3 3 5, like we did before, one of the other solos. And then we got the one of those guys again. Then we got. Here's where he accidentally kind of, I don't know if it's an accident. It sounds really cool though, so they kept it. But he has this bend up, and then you hear the open G string, and then. So you got. So we got the bendy bend. Then we have a bend on the 18. We go to the 15. Pull off the 18, 15. We got that G again. So we got. So we had the 18 up and we let it come down. Let it pull off, and then 18, bend that second string 18. Then we have 12 on the G, 11 and 13. Big one, 2 of those, down to that 11. Then we have that. This one could even be kind of like, and then you do a little harmony there. He has a little third going on in that. And then you got the 12 and 11. Take them back 1 and back up. So we got. So that's our same kind of thing. 3 3 6, bend the 5, downwards. So that was a dee-da-dee-da-doo-da-doom. And then 4 to 3 to 1, 3 to 5. And that's the end of that solo. So let's take a look again. We got. And then that. Double. Go down low. And then a little harmony. Downward. All right, solo number 3, David Gilmour, some amazing stuff. Pink Floyd, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. The next lesson, we'll have all the rest of the stuff in the song. So we're gonna have that big riff. All kind of stuff like that. We're gonna have the All right, so all that stuff is coming up in the next lesson. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.